I've made my way to the kitchen, man. Usually I'd have my guest with me, Carl Joseph, my guy. I just did a great interview with him. But since he's not here, I'm gonna cook in his honor. And it's time for Cooking with Chef Douz. So like I said before, it's Super Bowl week, man. And what better way than to have great appetizers? I'm gonna do a Cajun shrimp bite for you guys today. And also with that, we're gonna have some lettuce wraps with it, some Cajun shrimp bite lettuce wraps with shrimp bites on the side too. So we'll have best of both worlds. We'll get some greens, and then we'll also just get the shrimp by itself, man. I can't wait to get in this kitchen and cook it up for y'all, man. You guys ready? Let's do this thing. So let me explain how I'm going to make my shrimp bites plus my shrimp bite wraps. So first, you need to get you a green lettuce. You can do romaine or regular green lettuce. This is what I got right here, a few of those. And then batter. You start off with your gluten-free batter. We try to keep it as healthy as possible over here. So gluten-free batter. I got my wild-caught shrimp right here. I dusted it with a little bit of Old Bay already. And then to top that off, we're gonna throw a little bit of mushrooms and red onion on that. And you can't forget the sauce. You can't have shrimp bites without the sauce. So I am going to make a Cajun chipotle aioli to drizzle on top of the shrimp bites and the shrimp bite wraps. This is gonna be magnificent. I can't wait to get in the kitchen and cook. Plus I'm hungry, so it's gonna be really good. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our chipotle aioli. And what we did is we got some vegan mayo, about 1 cup. Go ahead and put this in the bowl. So I know a lot of people don't like mayo, but this is a vegan mayo. It's a tad bit different. And also I've already put the spices together right here. In this, I put half of a tablespoon of paprika. No, actually a teaspoon of paprika, half of a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, another special ingredient spice, I can't give you all my secret, and a little bit of black pepper. And then half of a lime squeeze. And now, let's mix it up. All right, now that we've done that, it's time to make our batter. Like I said, this is a gluten-free flour. I got some spices here. I put in a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. Also, a special ingredient, I put half a teaspoon in it. And I put a half a teaspoon of Old Bay in here. So let's go ahead and mix that in. Right there, like so. Seasoning your batter is all about your preference, how spicy you want it, or how much salt or not salt you want in it. So it just depends on your flavor and your palate. So we're gonna mix this in with some water. And with your batter, man, you want the batter thick, but you also don't want it too thin. So you gotta have that perfect ratio of thickness and thinness. It has to be right in the middle. And I'll put water in it as I need it. So we'll put a little bit in, and we'll whisk away. And that's pretty thick. Just gonna give it a little bit more water just to be a little bit less thick. There we go. Look at that batter. It looks amazing. All right, now after you mix your batter, you want to put it in the refrigerator so it can sit a little bit. How we're doing this, I already put the oil on. You can either use vegetable canola. I use canola here, it's a little bit healthier. And I put that on a medium temperature, like 4 or 5, because you want your shrimp to cook all the way through, but you don't want them to cook too fast. So while we do that, we're gonna saute up some mushrooms and red onions. All right, now we're about to saute the mushrooms and the red onion. I like to use a little bit of avocado oil spray right here. It's a healthier version to olive oil. Just coat the pan a little bit. Just put those in like so. Then saute, you want to put this temperature on about 5 or 6. Meanwhile, we got our oil over here for our actual shrimp. We got it on already. You want to keep that at about a 4 or 5 too. We're gonna saute these first because the shrimp really don't take that long to cook. I've gotten so many questions about like what made me start cooking and everything. I have to trace it back to when I was a little boy. My mom used to hate having me and my sister in the kitchen. Like we'd be in the kitchen while she was trying to cook, just getting in her way. So finally, you know, I was a curious little boy. I just was trying to figure out what was going on in the kitchen. So finally, she was like, "Boy, you in this kitchen? Well, come in here and help me out. You're gonna help me cook today." And the rest is really history, man. Ever since then, every time my mom would cook, I would be in the kitchen with her, and she would teach me how to do things. And I think when I got a little older, I think food was just curious to me in different ways. It was kind of an art form of how I could, you know, mix different spices and seasonings and meats and different sauces with everything, and how food would turn out. And I just fell in love with cooking, man. And I just like to create new dishes all the time. So that's just a little bit of the backstory on what made me start cooking in the first place. Got a little bit more avocado oil in here. Things start to season up. Now while that's seasoning up, we're gonna get this shrimp and put it in the batter. Remember, we put our batter in the refrigerator for the batter to sit. So let's grab the batter out of the refrigerator. Right here. Toss up these mushrooms and onions. Taking this on medium. It's about there. I'm gonna grab our shrimp. And a spoon. Start dropping these shrimps one at a time right here. You want to make sure that batter's all across the shrimp, not just on one side. Now that we got the batter and the shrimp in the batter, time to drop these bad boys in the oil. Now you want to be careful because there is water in the batter. The oil will pop a little bit. Once the shrimp start floating to the top, that's how you know when they're done. And it won't take long, like I told you before. Throw a little pink salt in there. And finish it with a little bit of black coarse pepper. It's a very simple recipe and it doesn't take long to make. All right, now it's time to plate this. I'll put a couple shrimps on a wrap. Just dress it with some of these sauteed mushrooms and red onions. And this is an old trick that I used to do. I get a little plastic bag, right? Just a little small plastic bag. And I just cut a little bit of the end off. That way you get your little drippage. So you can drip it like so. You see that? Real simple. And you gotta drizzle the shrimp. Light drip situation, you feel me? And voila, there it is, man. And now that I've plated everything, man, it's time to dig in. This looks amazing and I am starving. So let's go ahead and try the Cajun Shrimp Bite first with the sauteed peppers and onions. The mixtures of spices are ridiculous in this. And the mushrooms and the onions just gives it a little bit more taste. It really brings out the spices. Let's go ahead and try the wrap next, man. Take a bite of this wrap and see what it's talking about. Ooh, get a little messy. Wow. You want to get your green lettuce on, a little bit healthier version, that's the ticket right there, man. Well, it's been fun being in the kitchen with you guys today. As you can see, I've put a lot of work in, so I'm about to get my eat on. I'm starving. Again, you can watch this on YouTube at Anything is Douzable. Also, Instagram TV, Anything is Douzable. My name is Leger Douzable. You can find me on social media at Leger Douzable, which is LEGER DOUZABLE. Cooking with Chef Douz. Anything is doozable. I'm out, man.